Hello, today we are gonna begin the course of 3D modeling in Blender. In this first session, we are gonna look over the basic idea of what is Blender, its uses, and how we can do things in Blender. We'll also be reviewing the course program so you know which sessions will be doing what. Let us begin. Now, the course will be made of 10 main sessions. There will be extra content if you want to have a deeper dive into the uses of Blender. This is the first session, the introduction. In the second session, we're gonna look at how we control Blender and you can get accustomed to the UI. 3, we're gonna look over most of the modes for Blender. And 4th, we're gonna look specifically into edit mode that allows us to do more complex things. 5, we're gonna look at modifiers that works with edit mode to make amazing things. On the 6th, we are gonna use plugins that extend the functionality of Blender even further. On 7th, we're gonna do texturing to give a certain object a color or explore the different properties of that texture. In the 8th session, we're gonna do basic animation to move an object from one place to another. In the 9th session, we're gonna look over how to design a digital space in accord to the visual language. And on the 10th session, we're gonna look over how to do some rendering so you can post it on Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, or whatever. Now, what is Blender used for? Blender is used for 3D modeling, animation, simulation, video editing, and 3D printing, but it also used to be used for video games. Now, here are the basic concepts and their meaning. Asset is any object inside the viewport being the area workspace. A texture gives a shape, a certain image or color. A mode is a basic set of tools for a specific task. Polygons are little triangles that form the faces of any object. Plugins extend the functionality of Blender further, and a hotkey is a control with usually 1 or 2 keybinds together. Here's the basic interface in Blender 3.2.2. Let's go over some of the buttons. We have the basic tools, but the most important are the modifiers, the physics, the object data, the texture properties, and rendering properties. We also have here the zoom to the scroll wheel, the middle button that is used to look around, the camera view, which is this part right here, the orthographic or perspective toggle, the timeline control buttons, and animation timeline. We also have the move tool with G, rotate tool with R, scale tool with S, and the annotation and measure tool. Here in the third image, we have the perspective toggle, the zoom with scroll wheel, the move view with the middle button, the camera view, which is this little part, and the orthographic / perspective toggle. We also have the world outliner that indicates us all the assets in our digital world, and the transform orientation. Here's the complete cheat sheet. Don't worry, you will have it in the Google Drive that I will leave in the description below. To install Blender, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to blender.org. There are 3 basic ways of installing Blender. I will only be showcasing 2 because of time constraints. We can go to the download page And in the download page, we're gonna find these options. For the installer, you might need administrator privileges, so I recommend using the portable zip. Now, here we have the .zip file that you're gonna download. I already have it extracted, but if you want to extract it, you can go here to extract everything and select the folder. Now, inside this folder, you're gonna find another one, and you're gonna press blender.exe. This is gonna bring up a prompt that will give us Blender, will initiate Blender. It might be a little slow in some computers because of all the processing, especially the first time, but here we have it. And here we have the general animation, and here we have the viewport. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.